Hey everybody, it's Toddzilla here again with Joe's Auto War Clan. I want to do yet another GoVaHo video. This time I'm actually going to go through the attack strategy, what bases it's good for, and how to do it. We'll take a peek at the war from 2 wars ago. I 3-starred their number 1 in this war, Grimsta. I'll just pause it here. So the general idea with your GoVaHo attacks, what you want to do is, if the clan castle is easily pullable and you know there's going to be a lava hound in there, you can pull that and then use a couple of archers like I have here to pull them to one of these corner builder huts. That's a very good strategy for the clan castle CC there, to pull them kind of away from your kill squad. And then your kill squad, you generally want 2 golems, and then you send those in on the same direction that the archer queen is. So on this particular base, you'd want it, on this side, you'd want to come in. So you'd throw down your golems. They do have a max level wizard tower, so if you're planning on wall breakering into the first wall, you want to make sure that you put your golems down so your wall breakers don't get focused by a splash damage hit from that, because that will kill level 5 wall breakers in one shot. But the general strategy is throw down your golems, and then you want 1 wizard, on the outside here, and 1 wizard on the outside over there to take care of the outer buildings there. And then from there, you want to possibly send in another one on the next outer building and the next outer building on each side as well. And once those are kind of down, you can send your wall breakers in, make sure they're not going to get hit any mortars or splash damage from a max wizard tower. And then throw down your royals to get the inner buildings. And then at that point, you can release all your Valkyries. This particular attack, and the one I like to run, I have 10 Valkyries, 14 hogs there, and 8 wizards, the 3 wall breakers to get in. And basically from there, once you get into this first outer wall, you can use a jump spell, which is paramount to this attack. So 3 heals and a jump. You wall breaker in a lot of times if you need to, and then you'll throw a jump spell on the second inner compartment there, and that'll jump right over the inner compartment and into this core where there's 2 crossbows. Both royals will be in there at one point. The archer platform is in there. And then you have the town hall and clan castle, which are high hit point things. And I believe all 4 Teslas ended up being in this core as well. So your general idea, jump in there. That kills the archer queen almost immediately with those 10 Valkyries. My particular raid with the 10 Valks, I like to put a heal down in the core to keep most of those alive. And this base is really compact, so a lot of these defensive buildings will be attacking those Valks when they go. I'm just going to start the video and keep talking about the general strategy. You'll see I kind of failed on the clan castle pull here. This one didn't have a lava hound in it, but I did still use a same general strategy, pull him over to the side with an archer. And you can see the dragon actually deflected off there, but dragons don't do a ton of damage to the golems. By the time your archer queen and wizard take care of that, it's nothing too harmful. But you can see in there, I'm going to slow it down here, the Valkyries completely destroy the archer queen when they go in and take care of everything there that's in the center. And from there, you can send in your hogs. I generally do it at a 90 degree angle at the hogs. Then everything kind of goes together there. When the Valks are in the middle, the hogs clear out one side, and then they basically all work together to get the rest of the remaining defensive buildings. So that's how I did it there. We'll take a peek at another one that I did on Drago Knight. I didn't even have my royals on this attack, and you can see it only took me 2 minutes and 30 seconds roughly to do it. Send down that hog, and this one's got the lava hound. I send it way up top here with the archer, or excuse me, way down in the bottom, because my attack was going to come here. And a big part of the attack is you want to attack on the side that's got the archer queen and also be able to funnel properly. Because if those Valkyries don't go towards the center there, your attack is going to be completely wiped out because your Valkyries will actually run around the outside, and you don't want that. So successful there. Throw down the jump on the Archer Queen pad. That Archer Queen's already dead. Valkyries will go jump through there, take care of all those inner units. Again, a cluster core, 4 Teslas, essentially both of the Royals, 2 Expos, the Clan Castle, and your Town Hall in there. Use the 1 heal. I knew some of my hogs would get in there as well. Also healing up a lot of those Valkyries. And you can see that Clan Castle pull was very good with the Archer that pulled the Lava Hound down there. As soon as the Lava Hound kills the Archer, it swings back up towards the nearest unit and focuses on those. The Valkyries do have enough hit points that the Lava Hound really doesn't do any damage to it, and you essentially take the Clan Castle troops out of the attack on something like that. And you saw before, this was a 3-star attack. It did peter out a little bit. I didn't have those Royals. Otherwise, this would have been a really quick attack. We'll just highlight a few other here from our last war that we had against, I don't know, the Korean clan here. Again, I had 3-star number 1. And you can see the same troop composition, 10, 14 hogs, 8. You can see the Archer Queen there. You want to come in on a side next to it, which is either this side or the one up here. Just for funneling purposes, this one's going to be very difficult to funnel with your golems. They're going to go all over the place. This one's a lot easier to say, okay, my golems are going to go in here, and then you can just use a jump essentially in between this mortar and air defense to get in to the Archer Queen and the core there. Core's got 2 Teslas, both Royals, 2 crossbows, Clan Castle Town Hall, and a air sweeper in there. So you can see there comes the funnel with the wizards. There's a couple wall breakers to get through that core, and then I released my Valkyries. You'll see they'll jump in, completely crush this Archer Queen. Once they swing, boom, boom, like 2 ticks off, and then it was dead. And from there, I start in my hogs, at that 90-degree angle to take out the rest of those defensive units. Almost in a surgical style this time around, just because it had a weird setup. Throw down that heal. Heals up all those hogs. And from there, it's basically game over. You can see the Valkyries in the core there took out almost everything except that 1 crossbow. I did have 3 Valkyries run outside of there. Otherwise, that crossbow probably would have died as well, but it doesn't matter. The heal that was down there healed up the golems that were in there. The golems tanking it for now and actually ends up killing it. And I have both my golems still alive. Neither of them have even broken yet. That's how powerful this attack is. Those Valkyries demolish a lot of the stuff on the way in and in the core. And your golems still have lots of life left, so it's almost a foolproof way to get 3 stars. Your golems don't actually end up tanking a lot of stuff once it gets into the core, and if your Valkyries die, then your golems start tanking up all the rest of the stuff while your hogs go around and kill everything else. So, very great attack. That one was under 2 minutes, I believe. Number 2, also 3-starred by me. We'll look at that setup. You can see I don't even run a wall breaker in here because I know my golems are going to go right to that air defense, or excuse me, that air sweeper, and I can take out that Archer Queen and then use a jump on this air defense to get into the core. That's your whole goal, is to funnel properly so that your Valkyries will get into the core and also take out that Archer Queen on the same area that your jump is. So I pull the Clan Castle, there's a Lava Hound in there. I send it up top on this one, and then from there, I start my golems, get my wizards funneling, and then send in my Barb King to take care of that Archer Queen. Take her out, get that jump spell down. Now I know the Valkyries are just going to go in there and then destroy everything from that jump spell because the outer things were taken out. So they get in there. I like to throw a heal down, like I said, for those Valkyries in the core. It keeps them alive, gets rid of everything in the core, essentially. they do take a lot of focus from the buildings in that core, especially these cluster cores where you have a lot of hit points from the clan castle and the town hall in there. It takes a while to get those down even with the Velks, so I like to get the heal in there because they're going to be taking a lot of damage from the buildings while they're in there, and that keeps them alive, keeps your Velks alive, keeps the golems, getting healed up, and then your hogs are able to get free reign essentially from there. Another 3-star attack. Now we'll take a look at Bone Crusher. He did the same thing, a little bit different troop composition. He's got the 8 Velks, 17 hogs, 8 wizards as well. So we'll look. This is a very fast attack. I believe once he started it, it was only like 1 minute and 35 seconds after he pulled the clan castle and Sungeon Archer up there. Only like 1 minute and 37 seconds there, and you can see general strategy: throw down those golems, get all the focus going on those. Wizards funneling, and then from there, once your Velks know their path, he throws that jump down right onto the Archer Queen. Boom. Velks go in there, take care of all the business in there. He throws the heal down. Velks go in there. They're going to get all that high DPS stuff without taking virtually any damage. Your golems are getting healed. They still have tons of life left. And then here come the hogs at that 90 degrees to take out everything. Very, very powerful attack. And a lot of people are complaining now, how can I get 3 stars since they took away that 30 seconds? This is how. GoVaHo, if you have a base set up with a cluster core like that, you'll be demolishing bases just like this in under 2 minutes. Enjoy all the war wins if you're facing bases like this. If you have a base like this that you're running in war, you might want to consider changing it. Just because this is such a powerful, easy attack on Town Hall 9s that have the cluster core. This doesn't, excuse me, really even have a cluster core. Same general concept though. The Archer Queen's in there. A couple high hit point buildings. And he doesn't run any wall breakers on this because he knows he can throw a heal down right on this mortar. And then from there he can jump in to get that Archer Queen. And those Velks that he put down do enough damage that once they get into that little area, they can bust through those black walls, no problem. So there goes the Queen. Here comes the Barb King, and he's getting an axe thrown into his face for lunch. You can see they plow through that black wall pretty quick. From there, they're taking a lot of the focus off these hogs from the outer buildings, and very easy 3 stars. So just wanted to highlight that attack. Again, general strategy. Find an area where you can get into the Archer Queen. If you have to break through one wall, so be it. Then you just jump over the secondary section that they have there, jump into the core, get the Archer Queen along the way. Once those are out, I like to throw a heal down on that core. I tend to run a few more Valkyries than most people do for these attacks, but I like to keep those Valkyries alive in the middle and then have my hogs almost have free reign because of the focus being on everything that's inside that core. So keep that in mind. If you're struggling with 3 stars since the update and they took away your 30 seconds, certainly give GoVaHo a try. It's not a be-all, end-all attack by any means. I'll just play my war attack here on number 1 while I talk about it. Like I said, it's not be-all, end-all. You do need these cluster core bases for this to be almost fail-safe. I haven't tried it necessarily on any anti-3-star bases yet. That might be something I try here in a future war. We do have a co-op right now with something good. We'll see if how that war goes. If we're really demolishing them in the war, I might try using this particular attack on an anti-3-star just to see what kind of success it has. But yeah, just in general, after you get those Velks into the core, release your hogs that you have essentially at a 90-degree angle from where you came in to take out those defensive buildings. Those are gone, and then it forces everything essentially to go to the one side where the rest of the defensive buildings are. And if you still have Velks up in the core, like I do a lot of times because I like to heal there, those buildings are almost always focused on a lot of the stuff in the core. And a very hidden benefit to this attack is the fact that those golems tend to stay alive. A lot of those GoVaHo wee-wees back in the day before the update would make your golems die almost instantaneously because you couldn't get the core down quick enough, or a lot of buildings were taking them down. This, you can see none of the golems break half the time. It's just a very powerful attack for Town Hall 9 these days if they have a cluster core or one of these standard internet designs that are symmetrical. So keep that in mind when you're doing your war attacks. Please like this video. More to come regarding our upcoming co-op war with the Something Good clan. Please subscribe to these videos. Thanks for watching another Joe's Auto War Clan production. Have an excellent weekend.